Hi, I'm Joe. Welcome back. This is the Ultimate Love Letter, and thank you for joining the conversation. We are in Venice, and I am so tremendously just grateful to be able to share this experience with you, all of the beautiful listeners, all of the followers. You know, I've been taking inspiration just from the travels. And what occurred to me just yesterday that I just felt led to get into today was never waiting to celebrate. I know that society is always imprinting upon us the need to feel that tomorrow will be better than today. And the next adventure is better than being still in this moment. And the needing to be happy when we achieve the bigger house or the bigger job or the 20th anniversary. But the truth is, all we have is now. And that is everything to celebrate. You know, I have been for many years, just organically, I don't wait to pop the $400 bottle of champagne. I don't wait to use the handmade soap with the 24 karat gold shavings in it. I don't wait to wear the beautiful hand-beaded pearl necklace. There's nothing to wait for, and there's everything to celebrate in this moment. The truth is, we are not promised tomorrow, as you know. We are not even promised the rest of today. So I ask you, what are you waiting for? As we found ourselves, embarked on this journey, the family members, rather, that we're speaking to back home, the older family members who have, lived their life, and maybe now they are finding themselves in the reality that maybe their travel days, their most adventurous days are behind them, right? That's a real reality. What we find is, whether it's my father that we're speaking to, my mother, Aaron's grandmother, these wise souls are saying the exact same thing every time we phone home. They say, y'all better live your life. It has actually almost brought several of our family members to tears when we have been FaceTiming them from the bridges of Venice or the top of the Eiffel Tower. I saw tears in my father's eyes as we phoned. It's like, oh my gosh, I remember when I was there. Or, oh my gosh, I never traveled there. And to just sense, how they are living vicariously. And the message has been the same. Y'all better live y'all life. So I felt led to give you that message. Y'all better live. What in the world are you waiting for? I know society is like, the 50th anniversary is when we'll take a grand trip. Or when I get that promotion, then we'll go on that adventure. But the truth is, in this moment right now is the time to embark on the journey. This moment right now is everything to celebrate in this moment. Don't wait to pop the cork on the chateau, that beautiful vintage wine that is sitting in the cabinet that you have been holding on to for years, pop the thing now. Pop the thing and celebrate life in this moment. If you've been waiting on an excursion and you're thinking, oh, someday when I retire, you know, how many people can we talk about that have come into retirement after working an entire lifetime, come into retirement only to perish shortly after? I know too. Who do you know? You owe it to yourself to never wait to celebrate. You owe it to yourself to celebrate the here and now. And you know what's interesting? Once we don't wait to wear that silk dress, once we don't wait to pop that fine bottle of champagne, once we don't wait to take that big trip, then life just becomes a grand celebration because we are sending the message to the universe, to God, to your highest self that you are celebrating every moment. You recognize the power in this moment right now, and everything is a grand celebration. So life just serves up more celebration. Life just serves up every moment to be this grand moment filled with just fireworks and bliss and reverence, love, peace, joy. Why? Because you never wait to celebrate. Why? Because you are celebrating the very moment that you're in, the only moment that you are guaranteed. You know, my fear is never to go broke. That's not a fear. My fear is not that I'm not going to live healthy, because I know these are God's promises. His promises are that I will be healthy. His promises are that I am abundant. The money will continue to flow. What I fear is living a life too safely that I will never see God work. If you are trying to live life carefully, if you are trying to reserve your better days, quote unquote, for tomorrow, if you are overly hoarding money with the fear of not having enough in the future, understand that is a scarcity mindset. Understand that you are creating scarce according to that mindset. Understand the truth of who you are. You are an abundant being. You are rich in resources. That is your birthright. It is already available to you. And all you need to do, hear me now, is step into that abundance. Step into the position that is yours. You are a son, a daughter of the Most High. Think about what it means to be the son or the daughter of royalty. What does this life look like? It looks grand. It looks like flowing champagne. It looks like gemstones from around the world. It looks like peace. It looks like anything you desire, you may have. That is the truth of who you are. The only thing that keeps these precious experiences from us is our mind thinking that we don't have it. Is our mind thinking we have to struggle and strive and wait for the opportune moment to do anything, to move, to celebrate? So if we believe that another moment is better than this moment, if we believe we have to work hard and save and struggle for money to take a trip around the world, then it will be so, because that is how powerful you are. Life will say, oh, you feel you need to struggle. You feel you are broke. You feel you don't have enough resources. So then it is. So shall you think, it shall be. But what if we believe the truth of who we are? What if the money that we have in the bank, the ones that we're hoarding, if God is saying use that to take a trip around the world, and understand that I will replenish the money because you are going and doing what I'm asking you to do, can you then understand that too will be your experience? I'm living proof. I don't know how I take these trips. I don't know how I live the life that I do. Actually, I do know it because I know God is my source. And I know that by living from that place of wealth, no longer of scarce, but of wealth and abundance, so shall that be my existence. So shall it is my existence. I am no different than you. The only thing I do is trust what God says. And it works out every single time. I do not wait to celebrate. I celebrate now. Yes, bring me the antique garnet earrings. I want to wear them now to lunch. Yes, bring me the fine vegan leather handmade heels. I want to wear them now to the grocery store. Oh, I have a friend traveling to Costa Rica for the weekend? Sure. God approved that trip. I will meet you there. I don't need to wait to celebrate. I don't need to wait to retirement. In fact, here's a fun fact and proof of how powerful our words are. I've been saying to myself about 3-4 years ago that I am retiring myself at 47, and my life feels like a retirement. It feels like I don't work. It feels like all I do is play. That is the power of your words. That is the power of who you are. That is the power of the spiritual gifts that you have come here to enjoy. Do yourself a favor and step into your birthright if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. But if you want to live a life of peace, royalty, wealth, freedom, joy, then make the decision right now that you will live from that point. Living from that point is exactly this. When you hear the call, when you decide that there's something you want to do, simply turn it within. Whether you believe in God or the universe or your highest self, whatever it is, turn it inwards. I want to do X, Y, and Z. Speak to me, my guardian angel, my guidance, my God, whatever that highest source is to you. Is this for me? Am I being led here? And wait for the response. You will get it. Believe when you get the response. And if the answer is yes, don't second guess it. Use whatever resources you have available to do the thing. And understand this, there will be more resources available in the next step. You know, I remember a few years ago, I don't know, maybe like 7 years ago, something like that, 6-7 years ago, I was taking a trip with a girlfriend to Puerto Rico. Anyway, there was the big hurricane there, and days before we were going to take the trip, obviously flights were canceled. Our booking accommodation was canceled. It was no longer safe to travel there. There was only one other place in the world at the time, or in the country rather, that I wanted to visit, and that was Hawaii. And I remember thinking to myself, as I was learning to trust God, I remember thinking, God, I want to go to Hawaii. That's the only other place. I don't have the money to spend in Hawaii. And I remember writing out a check to myself using something Rhonda Byrne teaches in The Magic, where you just focus in on something, you give it gratitude. She actually talks about writing out checks to yourself. You give gratitude for the money. And when you believe, when you trust, when you let it go, when you just find gratitude in the moment and you're no longer worried about the money, then the money becomes yours. You manifest. That's just the secret to manifestation, period. Well, I did that. And I remember I wrote out a check to myself for $600. I thought I'll be in Hawaii for about 4 days. $600 should cover it, right? That's scarcity. Really. Let's keep it real, because now I want to blow $600 on dinner. I don't want to just think $600 for 4 days. That will be just enough to cover it. But I did. I wrote out $600 and I just gave gratitude for it. In the moment, I'm not kidding. In the moment when I gave gratitude for it and I was looking at that $600 check written to myself, and I know I was attempting to manifest it in reality, I could almost hear God laugh. I'm not even kidding. And God said this to me next. Is that all you want? I'm crying because those were the earlier learnings. That was the earlier times when I was cultivating a relationship with God. And I heard him laugh. I clearly heard him say, and I quote, "Is that all you want?" It was like, and it is, the greatest, most creative, most abundant being in the universe. And I came to him almost begging for $600. Really? That's it? And I got that message loud and clear. I immediately ripped up the check. And I said, "No, God, I want more." Ripped up the check, and I didn't even put a dollar amount to what I wanted. I just said, onward we go to Hawaii. And God, you figure out the details. You figure out the dollar amount. Just me doing that as a newbie, just learning the truth to life, just learning how abundant I am already, just testing the waters. God took me and my girlfriend to Hawaii, and we had the time of our life. I'm talking luau's and tours and dinners and souvenirs for family. Like, it was just beautiful. And I was just testing the water. I was just scratching the surface. But those were the moments that strengthened my faith to God, that strengthened my faith in understanding who I am. We were taking pictures yesterday, just on the beautiful bridges and around Venice. And I started looking at the pictures this morning, and this happens often. I started seeing the reflection of my image and saying, oh my gosh, who is this goddess? Who is this child of the Most High? That is when you know your third eye is wide open. That is when you know you are seeing things the way they truly are. Take a picture of yourself and look at the image. Can you see the royalty that you are? God says, I see you draped in my royal garments. And now I'm able to see in my own reflection the royalty that I am. Look at God. Look at how he works. Can you see the birthright, the riches that are yours? Because they are. They are simply waiting for you to step in. Step in by making the decision to say, you are no longer waiting to celebrate. You are no longer waiting for retirement to take the big trip. You are no longer waiting for a grand dinner to wear those incredible shoes. You are no longer waiting to have enough money, quote unquote, in the bank to have the experience that you're dying to have right now. Don't wait to celebrate. We are not promised the next second. We are only promised right now. When you live right now, in this moment, not only does life's colors become more vibrant, more brilliant, more vivid, but then your moments are filled with explosive celebration in every moment. It's only because you have made the decision to celebrate every moment. So then every moment becomes a celebration. That is how God works. That is a secret to life. That is your birthright. That is how powerful you are. Don't wait to celebrate. All you have is right now. Thank you for joining me in this conversation. If you are watching this on Spotify and YouTube, then you are gifted a treat of the beautiful Venice canals behind me. And if you aren't watching this, let me encourage you to. The Ultimate Love Letter podcast is on the road. We are all through Europe and Asia this summer. So you want to take advantage of the beautiful aesthetics that are behind us, that are yours, that are our podcast, that is our platform. Take advantage. Manifest on the images, because you too will be here next if you know it, if you trust it, if you want it. The choice is always ours. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, and certainly if you haven't done so yet, follow our show. Thank you for sharing this with others that you may feel need to hear God's message, hear God's truth. If you are here, just know I am praying over your life. I pray, I gratitude journal for every single listener. So just know, if you are here today, I am saturating your life with prayers. If you would love to pass the gift on to others, please do so. Pass it along. We are building a multitude of 1 million for God's kingdom. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Until next time, love yourself and love others. We'll chat again soon. Bye for now.